Now, tonight I have a burning question. Is COVID-19 still here or not? Now, I ask this question not because I don't believe the statistics given to us by the Ministry of Health every day. As a matter of fact, I'm a student of science, and so I take seriously every word that comes from the indefatigable team of CS Mutai Kagwe, Dr. Patrick Amoth, Dr. Willis Ahwale, and the whole team at the ministry. I do believe they give us the correct picture about the state of the pandemic here in Kenya. But I ask my question because this brilliant team of experts and policymakers at Afya House appears to be the only group that believes COVID-19 is real. I have in mind the politicians all the way from Deputy President William Ruto, the ODM leader Raila Odinga, ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and a whole range of them who have all devised clever ways to circumvent the protocols issued by the Ministry of Health. In his address last month, President Uhuru Kenyatta extended a ban he had imposed on all public gatherings and specifically found it necessary to single out political meetings as part of that ban. But anyone following the movement of these top politicians in the country will be forgiven to think that they either did not hear what the president said, or they did not care, or perhaps they don't believe that the pandemic is still here. One will be forgiven to think that they do not believe all the experts around the world who have done research on this virus and given us all the information we need to know regarding the necessary containment measures. What we have seen instead is a group of politicians who want to be treated as leaders but will not hesitate to gather crowds around them to dole out lofty promises about the next general election without a care in the world about the immediate health and safety of their listeners. They started with churches, where they would steal the show in the pulpit and proceed to address even larger gatherings outside the church or in nearby markets. Then when the churches banned them from the pulpit, now they have this new style of inviting delegations to hotels or their residences. The so-called delegations are so big, you would think they are those local market rallies. You see, when the protocols were put in place, the idea wasn't that the virus would only strike at a public rally in an open space somewhere. The idea was simple, that the virus is transmitted from one human being to another through close contact, in some documented cases, even through the air, especially in crowded indoor spaces. Now, these are undeniable scientific facts that do not respect the political party fault lines in the country. These are hard facts that do not belong to UDA or ODM. The virus does not care if you belong to ANC or carry a Wiper Life membership card. You just need to be a human being with flesh and blood. So let me ask, why are these politicians doing this? Why are they gathering people and addressing them about 2022 when in fact there is an active pandemic right now in 2021? Why are they more interested in the votes rather than the voter? Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 has exacted all kinds of untold pains and suffering and unprecedented uncertainty on us. And one of the greatest qualities of a leader that are called upon at a time like this is compassion, which is simply defined as the quality of having positive intentions and real concern for others. If these leaders cannot be concerned about the possibility of you contracting COVID-19, how will they convince you that they're concerned about what you will eat tomorrow? How can they convince you that they care about the skyrocketing fuel prices? How can they claim to care about the availability of COVID-19 vaccines if they don't care about you getting infected now? In their eyes, ladies and gentlemen, you're a commodity, a vote that is waiting to be cast next year. If you die, they will look for the next available new voter. If you make it, they will use your vote and disappear until the next election. That is the attitude, and that is the inconvenient truth. Yet even the law enforcers appear lost in the mix. The Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai, keeps threatening all these politicians with fire and brimstone if they continue holding the meetings. But all we have seen, or shall I say, all we have been doing is holding our collective breath waiting for nothing. Now, if compassion fails, perhaps coercion may help. Over to you, Bwana IG. That is my